What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sirr Love from Phase 6. Here's another snippet from Chasing Greatness. I see. Jonathan Leslie, hey Phase, I've been trying to get in contact with you. Is there a way we can communicate? That's not a question. Well, I guess that is a question. Is there a way we can communicate? Let's call him. Bump it. Let's call him. Let's see what Jonathan has to say. Let's do it.
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Jonathan?
Who's speaking?
This is Sirr Love from Phase 6.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? This is Jonathan. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
Great, man.
That's
great. Good to hear from you, man.
Hey, man, likewise. Thanks for reaching out. I saw your message, and I had no idea what the question was. I looked at it and said, Jonathan's trying to get in contact with me. I have no idea what Jonathan wants to talk about, but I said, man, let me reach out to this guy. I see you all the way in Ontario, Canada right now, man. How you freezing up there right now, ain't you?
Yeah, man, it's getting kind of cold up here, man. You know, yeah, it is. You know, I grew up in Charlotte. I'm a North Carolina guy and an African guy, so coming up to the cold, I'm not used to this. You know, it gets kind of cold down there later on.
Oh man, you all out your element, guy. Yeesh.
Man,
hey man,
I know, man. We
used to go on tour back in the day, and I used to tell the guys, I'm like, listen, man, I'm not doing no winter tours. Like, I'm not. If summertime only, bro, I'm not going. If you notice, most tours in the summertime, I used to be the guy like, yo, where we going? Yo, drop me off in Texas, bro. I'm flying home from there. I ain't going.
I feel you. Yeah, man. I've been, I used to watch your videos, man. Your videos were really good, man. They're really inspirational, man. And I was like, you know what? I gotta reach out to this guy in some way to see if what other services you do, and just to get your input on certain things. Because go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, services is interesting. My biggest thing is I want to make sure that I'm giving back to as many people as possible and providing, information and assistance. So this is a moment of me giving back, just calling people, answering questions, all the documents I write up and the videos that I do. That's really it. I did a second where I was doing consulting, but honestly, the things that I do in the space that I'm in, I'm not sure if everyone in my audience is really there to work at that level and that capacity. So for me, it's more so, however much I can help in the space that we have, I try to do that. But I am going to be providing services through partners that are going to be coming up, where we're going to be helping people with their publishing paperwork. We're going to be helping people with pretty much everything paperwork. We're going to be rolling out a service through partnerships that I have that's going to allow you to have someone that can make sure that gets taken care of for you. We're going to be rolling out services to help people with their logos and their websites and their graphics, and giving them basic things that they need to get off the ground and successful. And I think that's as far as the services are reaching right now. I've kind of stepped away from solo because my solo bandwidth is already kind of spread thin. But shoot, what's going on, man? What can I help you with? What can we talk about, man? I got about 10 minutes with you right now. I'm trying to figure out how I can give you some game, man.
All right. So pretty much a little bit about myself, man. I was born up here in Canada, in Montreal. At 5 years old, I moved to Kampala, Uganda. That's in East Africa. At 10, I went out. I moved out to North Carolina. And then I came back to Africa. Now, with all that, I started a group, a rap group out there in Uganda, and we became pretty big. We've been known for a lot of things, and we won a few awards. And so, in our city, in our country, or even in East Africa, we're looked at as kind of some legends. We were the first rap group to be played on MTV in Africa, MTV Base. And, we've come a long way. One of our group members at the moment, he continued it after school, and he's one of the top artists in Uganda right now, in East Africa as we speak. Done songs with R. Kelly, Keith Sweat, Burna Boy was on his last project. Now, I say all that, because, as of recent, Afro music and Afro beats has become somewhat of a genre that's not, picking up within, the Western world.
Yep.
So,
you said it's, wait, time out. You said it's not picking up, or it is picking up?
No, it is.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
And I was kind of ahead of my time because I came over to Canada, Toronto, a couple years ago, and I was telling everybody, like, dude, y'all gotta watch out for this Biscuit dude, this Davido dude, and after he was about to pop off, and they were like, nah. And what I saw out here was because Toronto and Canada is so multicultural. You have so many Africans here, Jamaicans here, a couple of people from the States, and I'm well-rounded because I've lived in all of these different areas, and I identify with the cultures, not just visiting, but live there and experience and know these places. So, what our thing is, we've never really had good management or somebody that has to connect and that can help us and guide us in the right way. But we have all the resources. We have a strong brand behind us. We're very well connected. We just need somebody with the right knowledge and the right guidance to say, okay, hey guys, yeah, I can take this material and put it in the right hands. I can get your vision and, see what you guys are doing and be able to put you guys in the right festivals or, this and that, or create tours. Because I've been over here. I stepped out of the music for a little bit, but now I'm starting back my solo career. And, man, I've been out here in Toronto, and I've had certain fans of mine walk up to me like, yo, JB, what are you doing here? Are you guys having a show? And I'm like, oh, shit, I have fans also in Toronto, too.
It's got to be some weird shit.
I'm with my boys and shit, and we're in McDonald's, and the dude's like, he's like, why is that person looking at you like that? And they're like, I don't mean to be rude, but are you J Wall? Are you JB from Sirr Love? And I'm like, yeah. They were like, Joe, what are you doing? Because what's happening is all these East Africans that are migrating over to Canada over the last 8 years know our brand, know our stuff.
So, time out. What's the name of the group?
Go ahead.
What's the name of the group?
The group is called Clear Cut with 2 Ks. Clear Cut.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, the artist side of the group that's doing pretty good is Navio. Navio from Denver. So if you check this out. So what I kind of saw, because I was trying to research and figure you didn't put up any videos in a while. I was like, man, how can I reach out to this guy?
Yeah, man, I've been ghost. I've been ghost, bro.
Yeah. And I was like, man, it seems like I saw something like you moved out to the UK. I was like, dang, he got in the UK. I know we got connections out there too, man. I was like, man, hopefully, okay, he might not be doing the videos no more. I don't know if he's managing or what.
Nah, man, I went out to the UK, man. I had this international tour, man, on this tech consultant joint that I was doing. Like I'm in a lot of spaces, man. I'm in entertainment, but I'm also in tech and I'm in real estate. I dabble to make things connect and make things move. So, but let's talk about your thought process and where you're at. So, in short, you was ahead of your time. You had music. You already have an established fan base, and you're trying to figure out how do you restart and reignite your career, right? How do you get to the point where you can benefit off of the change in the culture? You know what I'm saying? That's an interesting question. So I saw this happen in reggaeton, right? In reggaeton, there was a space in time where cats in America were just kind of getting onto it, right? And it was already popping in the Caribbean, right? And there were some cats that, kind of had to recreate themselves, like Nicky Jams, for example, who's considered like a legend in reggaeton, right? And Nicky Jams is a dude that, would be considered an old head, even though obviously he's not, an old dude, but he would be considered an old head in the space because he was ahead and then the market caught up to him, right?
Right.
And there's other cats. You know, he may not be the best example if you're a person that's a real reggaeton fan. There's other examples, but I say this to say that you got to reignite your career. And one of the ways to do it, and one of the ways he did it, is to go to the market where you're hot, right? For example, he was hot. He was from Puerto Rico, but he found out he was hot in Colombia, so he really went out to Colombia. You know, I had a guy, a close friend of mine, Lagarda, rest in peace, who went out to Colombia from the United States and really did his thing. We used to vibe out in the studio together and go crazy. We used to be in all the same spots here in Atlanta, and his music wasn't hitting here. The city wasn't ready for it. He went out to Colombia and boom, there it was. And so number one, I say you need to go to the environment. If you're really serious about this, you need to figure out where your fan base is hottest, and you need to be there. That's number one, because you can probably hit the ground there. If the following is what you say it is, you should be able to hit there and start getting paid shows immediately. Now, I'm not sure how much it'll be, but you should be able to get paid shows immediately, right? Then if you have that type of respect, you can start parlaying that into features and collaborations with people that are already hot in that particular region. So you can now kind of ride off the heat that they already have to re-elevate yourself in the space, which may help you parlay to other markets, right? So like strategically, these are some of the things that you may need to be thinking. Also, you got to get yourself back in game and game performance. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James was like, yo, I'm trying to win a ring. I got to keep my body. I got to keep my mind. I got to keep my energy focused on what it's going to take to win this ring. And if you're ready to get back out there and win the ring, you got to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back in the gym. You got to get on the track. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your body right. You got to get back in the studio. You got to get, recording. Make sure you're ready. Make sure you tight. You got to get tight again, right? That's just a part of it. I'm not sure if you're there already, but you got to get tight again. Get back in the marketplace and start working. Start creating records and working your records. If you have an audience, that means you already have people that will buy your merchandise. So when you say, "Hey, man, I need someone that's going to go out here and has the right connections, and has the right this, and has the right that," no, you don't. You're basically asking for someone to take money from you. Every connection that you make is someone that's going to take money out of your pocket. Again, every connection you make is someone that will take money out of your pocket. So what are you trying to do? You trying to sell merchandise? All right, create your merchandise. You can go to Printful. You can go to Printful online, and you can get some logos, throw it up on there, and drop ship your merchandise to anyone in the world that you want, and start making money off of zero investment right now today. Right? Right now today. Okay, that's drop shipping your personal merchandise, your logo, your name, your intellectual property, right? Then outside of that, if you're trying to get shows, like I said, if you go back to the regions that you're already popping, only thing you got to do is figure out who's booking shows, who's doing what in the area. Partner with that person, let them pay you to book, because they're going to make money off the door. They're going to cap, right? Yeah. And if not, you can do splits with them because you believe in yourself. You know what you can do in the marketplace. I did a whole piece on that online, the whole booking 101. I break it down. I break down how to find the booking agents, where to go, the venues. Like, it's simple shit. Walking up the flyers. Every flyer that's promoted, typically, they will have the company that's doing the promotions on the flyer somewhere. They can reach out to these people, right? It's small things that you can do to put yourself in a space and become relevant. You don't really need all that assistance, because what you want to do when it's time to get a manager is when you got so much going on that you can't possibly handle it by yourself. You're capable of it, but you can't possibly do it because there's too much happening. That's when you need a manager. That's when you need someone to come in and manage your affairs, because you have so much affairs, you can't handle it yourself, right? Anything before that is hustle, bro. Anything before that's hustle. So it depends on how committed you are, because the plan that I just told you requires you to get on a plane and move. And you might have kids, you might have a family. I'm not sure what your situation is, but like that's what it takes.
Well, you know what? A lot of things that you said actually are in the works. Like you said, collaborating with a big artist over there, finding out where you're hot at. And what strategy for me, what I was doing, it's a little bit like, because I was there before, but you know when you're somewhere too long and then you're
you wear out your fame.
I guess you're right. So you have to leave for a little bit for them to miss you. Now with leaving there and now coming over here, it's like, okay, JB's going to Canada. Is the hype? Could he have got signed to a label, to Drake, or whatever? You know, it gives him a hype. So when you come back, like, damn, what have you been on? What have you done? Now the rebranding and the excitement and the new energy. Now you can charge even more than what you would have been if I was just still at home.
Yeah, but if you're saying that means you're a brand new artist. In Canada, you're a net new artist. You got to get out there and grind. Like, you're at the beginning then.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, you know, it's just regrouping everything and coming back and you know, getting the fan base that I already had and also building a new fan base. So you might as well say, yeah, goddamn right.
You starting from the bottom. You pretty much a new artist, right?
Yeah.
Now because you got the skill set and the knowledge, you know what to do. Like, you just gotta move right. Like, you should know all your fans. Right? You should have a way to contact all your fans. Like, if you don't have that, you got to start there. Email list, Superphone. I use Superphone. I sent the blast out on Superphone today. That's how we're talking right now, right? Okay. You know, you should be able to touch everyone that rocks with you, right?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You do business. They want to shop with you. Like, you should be able to touch everyone that rocks with you, right? So, anyway, no examples, but like, you can touch them at any given time. You can, you're drift. My head is drifting, like, on things I can tell you, but it's like, yo, for you, start it back. Listen, start it like what you just said. You got to start back from the beginning. You just got to get out there and grind again, because what you're saying is back home, they looking for you to come back with something. And you just gotta do what you gotta do. You said you have another partner in the group that's expanded, done more, do some collabs there, do some collabs here, take some capital. You need capital, obviously, to put behind these records. And look at all the advice that I've given. This podcast is gonna be dropping soon. There's a lot of advice I'm giving to cats like you that are asking marketing questions. Listen to that, take that advice, run with it, and create some success for yourself. Because right now, like, obviously you have the talent. Obviously, whatever it is that's making people rock with you, you already have the it factor. If you're going places and people are like, yo, are you so-and-so? You already got a foundation. You have to revitalize that foundation. Nicky Jams has a whole documentary biopic on Netflix. You should watch it. Just look up Nicky Jams on Netflix. You should watch that. I think that story will help you.
Okay. Definitely Nicky Jams. I got you.
Yeah, go watch that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. That's some helpful, even a lot of things that you said, just reevaluate some of the things that I'm doing. Like, okay, you know what, you are on the right path. You're getting it done, and yeah, man. It motivates you to keep going and doing what we're doing.
You got it, man. All you got to do is cap.
Yeah.
You got to cap, not cap as in modern cap, like capping is bullshitting, but you got to capitalize. You got to capitalize on what you have. And what I've heard so far sounds like you're not capitalizing. Don't make the same mistake twice. You're in a new market, right? And the only reason you're in this new market, underservicing the market, is because you didn't overservice the market in the first market that you was in, where you had the love. So now learn how to overservice the market in a new market. Learn how to be the super artist that everyone wants to see. How did Beyonce become the greatest? She didn't become the greatest by, giving us lackluster. She on top of her game, and she's still doing the dopest, most creative fucking shit available. You know what I'm saying? That's how you stay on top. She doesn't stop. Everything is dope. Everything is amazing. Push your bar. Go hard. Everything, right? Collect your fans. Know your fans. Communicate with your fans. Give them what they need. Partner with people. Create relationships. Like, that's what it is. Like, when you have that, you gonna move. It's a time game after that. But shoot, I do gotta, man. I'll get into the thick of it. But I see where you're going. I really appreciate you supporting us. 2 years in the game, dog. I really appreciate you supporting us. I forget that I've been doing this shit that long. This podcast is going to be released on the same YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a lot of this to support Cat. So tune back in, man. I'm going to be providing this type of information. Of course, you'll be able to hear this interview just in case you want to hear it again. And reach out. This text line is real. It really comes to my phone, and I really try to respond as much as I can. So, reach out.
Okay, bet, man. I will, definitely, man. I appreciate it, too, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Take care.
You too, brother.
Wow. That's interesting. That's an interesting situation. Like, when I really sit down and think about artists that already have an established fan base and have already done things in the game, it's difficult to recreate yourself when you've already have structure, when you've already done so much. Your fans can fall in love with you. They have an expectation of you. They think that you're eating a certain type of way when you're not. They think you're living a certain type of way when you're not. I know so many artists in this situation that are struggling, but they have to look like they're not struggling because of who they are. And if you overstay your welcome and people start seeing you bumming too long, they're like, oh man, he fell off. And then they're like, oh man, he really, really fell off. And after a while, you become a joke. And it's not funny. I know artists, they get the whole has-been tag, right? But not saying that was his situation, but I'm saying I understand that journey of decline if you aren't able to sustain what you're looking to achieve. But the thing about it is, man, if you got that it, you can come back. If you got that it, you can come back. The problem is most people don't have the it. Most people were backed and supported by something else, right? You look at certain artists that were on top. You're like, man, where did they go? What happened? The system left. And when the system left, they left because they were no better than the system that put them in the position that they were in, right? You want to be your own system. You'll never disappear. Ja Rule is a thing of the past, but Tech 9 is still making money. What's up with that? I just put that out there. Anyway, let's keep the vibes going. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And I'm trying to give you guys everything that I got right here on Phase 6. Check us out at www.phasevi.com. Again, that's www.phasevi.com. Beam in.